God bless. I want to give an honor to God, who is the head over my life. I hope everybody is having a blessed day. I'm reading from James chapter 4, verses 10 through 12. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. So always humble yourself in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. Always be humble in everything that you do. And, just keep pressing your way in the Lord. Keep fasting and praying in the Lord. 11. Speak not evil one of another, brethren. He that speaketh evil of his brother and judges his brother speaketh evil of the law and judges the law. But if thou judge the law, thou art not a doer of the law, but a judge. So always remember, not to judge or be judgmental to your brother or your sister, okay? Um, because, speaking evil towards your brother or sister is not in God's law, okay? So, don't try not to judge anybody, okay? Because God never judged. Not and it wouldn't be the doer of God's law to do that. 12. There is one lawgiver who is able to save and to destroy. Who art thou that judges another? Okay. And verse 12 is saying there's one lawgiver, and that lawgiver is God, who is able to save. He can save you, but he can also destroy you. Okay? So always be obedient unto, God's commandments and do what is right, you know, not what is evil, in the eyes of God. Because in verse 12 it says, God can save you, but he can also destroy you if you're not doing his will. Okay? So always remember that. Who art thou that judges another? You know, God's saying that nobody should judge another person. That's something that's left up to him, okay? So take in accountability for yourselves, okay? We all need to be fasting and praying and these days and times, okay, because it's wicked, okay? Um, but the subject is judge not that you shall not be judged, okay? So always remember, it's a lot of people out here in the world that is hurting. It's a lot of people out here that have lost their loved ones. It's a lot of people out here that's dealing with their own battles, okay? And if we begin to just go in prayer, if we begin to start fasting, if we begin to start singing hymns to the Lord, then that's how we can change. We can change our mind and change our whole ways of thinking, okay? So that we won't think evil, but we will think more righteous in the eyes of God, okay? So he is calling his people to get back righteous, you know. Um, Prayer is a need be, everybody needs to be in prayer right now. Everybody's soul needs to be right with God. I'm praying for everybody, that God may just touch somebody, you know, and heal them and say, I know this is God, that He can do all things. But it starts with you, you know. It starts with you. Okay. We have to, you know, we have to be awake, and we have to know that God is God and He can do all things but fail. Okay. And always keep in mind that what you do to someone else, that it comes back on you. That's why, God always says, be humble and have a kind heart and do the things that is pleasing in the sight of God. Because that's how you get your blessings. You know, you can't get it with malicious talk, and you can't get it with backbiting or gossiping or anything like that. You know, if you begin to just look in God's Bible, He didn't work in those type of ways. He worked in love and kindness. He was a merciful God, you know, and He's asking His people to come back to that place where it's more love than hate. You know, God didn't work like that. So begin to just call on the name of Jesus. If you call on the name of Jesus, that's when His Spirit will pour out. But you have to first call on the name of Jesus. Okay. So it's James chapter 4, verses 10 through 12. I hope I added a blessing to the reading of the word, and I hope you guys have a blessed one. God bless.